Hey there, IMS414. Just wanted to take some time today to talk to you about testing and optimization. This is something that's really rooted in marketing's enjoyment for experimentation, so I'm not sure. Most of you are probably too young to remember this, but I remember this. The reformulation of Coke into what was referred to as New Coke was really just a byproduct of marketers' tendency or desire to want to create new products and basically experiment. And so what we're going to talk about today with A/B testing is really rooted in it's basically the digital manifestation of an old school thought process around marketing experimentation. So marketers have always created test stores, testing concepts. They've tried new products with geographic launches and things of that nature. And really, like I said before, it's rooted in the DNA of marketing. So typically when you're doing some sort of A/B testing experiment, particularly digitally, know that this is part of a long history of marketing and what marketers really like to do with their products. So when we talk about A/B testing, one of the things we want to talk about is that this is an ideas democracy. And so what we're getting away from is the hippo, the highest paid person in the room, or the highest paid person in the office. Moving away from those types of discussions into where everyone's input has equal value, and so we're testing those different ideas to find out what's best. Also, we're talking about launching early and often and failing faster. A lot of this is a byproduct of the lean thinking that is very prevalent today in a lot of digital organizations and a lot of startups, and so a lot of this A/B testing is what fuels that type of thought process. And really, at the end of the day, what you do is you have control over success. You're not putting something into market and waiting for months or even a year or so to find out how the market's reacting to that. You're finding out immediately what you need to be doing to drive value for your customers and get the results that you're looking for. So how does this get done in a digital setting? Basically through A/B testing. And what A/B testing is, and there's a quick video I think I had you watch before you watch this, where you're simply just funneling traffic to two different versions of an experience and determining which one of those produces the best result. So in this example, you have an audience and you're sending them version A, you're sending them version B, and really determining which of those two experiences is going to yield the most signups. So some things that we typically test in an A/B setting. Love that message that comes up in every one of my presentations. One of the things that we really want to test here are calls to action, wording, placement, size, color, headlines or product services, pricing, promotional offer display, images on landing pages, copy on product pages, the insertion or removal of videos, the amount of text, short versus long. There's a number of different decisions that need to be made on a web page to determine or to convince a user to take that action that we talked about, that conversion action, that desired user behavior. And so the idea here is that you should try all of these different options and settle on the best combination of these options to drive results. So an example here, 37 Signals, very popular web product company. And what you can see here is the original sign-up page that they had for a product called Highrise. And then what they decided to do was add a more human touch and maybe reduce some of the elements and some of the messaging on the page. And you can see the version on the right then yielded 102.5% increase in the number of signups. So, of course, being the testing and experimentation organization that they are, they decided to take it a step further. And so then they looked at a long form person design. But what they realized is that actually reduced conversions by 22%. So then they went back to the short form and tried a number of different individuals. They tried Jocelyn, Michael, Will, and John. Realized that Michael and Will had significant improvement. So again, just continuing with that mode of experimentation, trying a number of different options to find which type of sign-up page is going to yield the most registrations. Another example of this is a site called Which Test One, and I encourage you to go check it out. But here you have two different versions of a sign-up page. One where a person is sort of holding a card where you want to sign up, and then another one with just sort of your traditional request form. And believe it or not, despite in the previous learning where we had a person increasing registrations, in this example, the person felt out of place. They simply wanted to just finish the conversion, and so version A was actually a 24% increase in conversions. In this example, what we did was try different ways to get people to schedule a closet consultation. And believe it or not, typically the word free is included in some PPC copy. It was not included in the website copy, and it increased leads by 115%. And so the learning here in this example was that the copy on the website does not need to match the copy on the PPC ad or the paid click ad. A third example here is a site called Wikijob. So you can sign up for reasoning tests and those types of things. And you'll see here is that version B increased leads by 34%, social proof. So having the quotes where the individuals were sort of outlining why this was a useful site, having that social validation work there. So again, another example, having the trustee certified privacy versus not having it, believe it or not. Version B increased leads 12.6% because even though this was just a simple sign-up form, users thought they were buying something with the trustee certified privacy logo and started to get confused. So version B performed better than version A. So what is the lesson here? It's basically try things, keep testing things. What I call it is the fallacy of best practices. Always test. What's true for one site does not always mean it will work for all sites. So use best practices to inform that list of things that I talked about earlier in this presentation. But now just kind of continue with the reading and learn about some other examples of where organizations use